What is good, XRP Army? We have some exciting updates for XRP, so hit the subscribe, hit the like. Links to everything's always in the description. CoinDesk says Ripple's Brad Garlinghouse expects XRP, Solana, and Cardano ETFs during the discussion at Consensus 2024 in Austin, Texas. So guys, the predictions have been correct. The future is multi-chain, the future is interoperability, and we see a future with multiple ETFs. Ethereum ETFs got approved. Not only was XRP Solana, but now ADA is entering the conversation. So clearly, guys, these guys are all working together. And the villain arc brokey shit is when people fight each other on spaces, rolling out of their bed, face unwashed, teeth not brushed. Forget about that. Businessmen are money maxis. No need for this to fight this and then this to fight this. We can all work together and have a symbiotic relationship between each other's projects. So let's see exactly what he said here. There's going to be an XRP ETF, says Brad. There's going to be a Solana ETF. There's going to be a Cardano ETF, word for word. Word for word.
I think it's just a matter of time. It's inevitable. There's going to be an XRP ETF. There's going to be a Solana ETF. There's going to be a Cardano ETF.
So it's just a matter of time. And I agree, guys. The future is omni-chain. Brad's calling for a $5 trillion market cap. Conservative by the end of this year. We'll see. We'll see. And I think it's like 10 or 20x in the stablecoin sector. I'm really excited to see this stablecoin be released by Ripple. You know, that's one thing that I'm really waiting for. Vet says initial hostility towards Ripple and their institutional approach is now a trend. Institutional and regulated assets powering the whole crypto and DeFi ecosystem already. For example, Circle and Tether with their stablecoins. Looking at the XRP Ledger DeFi roadmap, we have seen yesterday with a clear emphasis on institutions with all the necessary technical amendments coming. Automated market maker, decentralized identifier, oracles, multi-purpose tokens, lending, and borrowing. In other words, if we thank the existing stablecoins, which are institutional and regulated, this whole flourishing crypto ecosystem, what if we add more significant institutional assets and services? So we have a couple of clips from David Schwartz, CTO at Ripple. We'll start off with this one. Check it out.
The company was late 2012.
Okay, so around that time frame, there was some initial hostility that we've talked about before towards Ripple and its sort of institution-centric approach. And it does feel like things have changed. I mean, we're talking a lot about regulation. We're talking about ETFs from Blackstone, BlackRock, and and all of these different entities. What does it feel like, from your seat? Do you feel like people have kind of evolved to the Ripple worldview, or, it must feel different for you, given all of that criticism you got initially?
Yeah, I think the undeniable piece of proof is stablecoins like USDC and Tether. They are as institutional a thing as you can possibly get, and yet they are what's fueling these completely decentralized economies.
It's good points. And notice he doesn't villainize Tether and USDC. They both exist. They both are proponents and support the US dollar. The guys who are calling for Tether to implode don't understand the cascading effects that it will have adversely on the rest of the crypto space. All these G's work together, and shout out to Ripple for leading with compliance first from the beginning. And so it took a while for people to realize, compliance first, even Binance, compliance first.
I think you can't deny right now that the institutional adoption is going to enable grassroots adoption and vice versa. I think the thing that we were too early on is when we were trying to bring institutions on for their payments, they weren't going to bring their customers to blockchains, right? Like if your bank is using, let's say they're using Ripple's payment technology and they're using blockchains and they're using XRP in payments. You as a customer, it's invisible to you. They're not going to bring you into the blockchain space. Yeah. What's exciting about this second wave of sort of institutional adoption is that they're either bringing their customers directly onto the blockchain or they're enabling people to do things on the blockchain.
I agree. I think a lot of this will be beautifully hidden behind obscurity, unknowns to the user.
Sure. I think you have to accept that, like, if there's going to be mass adoption, it's going to be these sort of hand in hand. Yeah. The thing that I think people were skeptical about, that I think now the evidence is undeniable, is that wouldn't mean that everything would have to be regulated. I think the thing that people didn't realize is that, like, you can have a stable coin or a loan portfolio or a tokenized security that's completely thoroughly regulated. They do KYC, AML on every single customer. And yet on the back end, there's tokens that represent ownership interest or collateralization against that are completely decentralized. So that's like, we see that now.
It's good points. I mean, I don't disagree. And I think that these same stablecoins that people sometimes criticize very adversely have blossomed a lot of growth in these sectors. And you can also have different compartmentalized levels to like regulation. So I agree. And I think the next is probably going to be stablecoin regulation before we even see FIT21 in its full fruition, exactly what will be laid down. I think we're going to see stablecoin stuff. That says, let me tell you, this is still not already won. Many DeFi protocols on other chains go hard in this direction as well. Look at MakerDAO, DYDX, etc. On the same side, you have heavy competition from large exchanges offering a fantastic ecosystem and onboarding flow, e.g. Base by Coinbase. The industry is moving into an interesting direction. Hopefully we see significant adoption that improve the lives of people. I look specifically to emerging markets and economies like Africa and Latin America keep building. So yeah, it's going to be that thing where people are going to have to sometimes move their direction because obviously we're going in compliance first. I think decentralization is going to be a big key thing, governance, DeFi. Now, last clip before we take a look at price. Without interoperability, there will never be mass adoption. And that's straight from the CTO. And guys, you see, everything we're talking about is coming to fruition. If it probably won't be, because the stablecoin is probably going to be RLUSD, as we've seen on websites, Ripple registering that ticker, and the conflicts with using the other ones that the community wanted. But if it is USDR, I will be the XRP commander. If it is, very unlikely. It's like a 1% chance. Interoperability is the next big thing, and for me, one of the most interesting fields, especially from a tech perspective, says Vet, XRP Cafe co-founder. He continues to say the world is multi-chain and there will be many ecosystems with different assets and use cases outside of the XRPL that we need to be connected to somehow. Now think, stablecoin, ETH, XRPL, EVM sidechain, EVM OS, Cosmos, Axler network, Layer 0. You see how it's all working together, guys. This is all coming together. It's not this or that. It's not don't buy Bitcoin, like don't buy a door from Home Depot, come buy Bitcoin. No, you can buy a door from Home Depot and you can buy Bitcoin, because in less than 3 weeks, that clown ass Michael Saylor was proved wrong, and he gave the most lard ass, half-assed, egotistical apology. Now, speaking of apologies, well, the chart needs to apologize to us because we've still yet to approach this 80 cent Judge Torres 2023 moment. So I think that the market is going to go sideways, probably low also. These past few summers haven't been very fruitful for us in crypto. So I'm going to be watching stuff like Russell 2000. I'm going to watch the sentiment with crypto and Bitcoin. Y'all can check out my video about why there's so much steam left in the bull run, because we're maybe at 20% of Bitcoin search results globally with Google Trends, with Google Analytics. So social sentiment is very low. Not a lot of people are tuned in. The dumb mass adoption hype is not here yet. I think at best Q4, but probably beyond Q4 going into Q1 2025 and beyond. Most creators are aiming towards that. If you think Coinbase Base, when will they deploy their token? When will Monad deploy their token? When will Charles Hoskinson go and speak to Joe Rogan, as he says, Rogan after Gogan? When will Ripple, again, from Brad Garlinghouse, Q4 and beyond? So I think that we might have some surprises, but I do have some stable ready to scoop up some more altcoins. Definitely will consider scooping up XRP if we see some Black Friday specials. What's Black Friday special? Black Friday special for me is like stuff in the 30, 40 cent, the real lows, But all in all, guys, we didn't beat our previous all-time high in the last bull run, but we did pretty good considering we've been dragged into this lawsuit for 4 years. Ripple is confident they will pay maximum 10 mil. I think it's going to be a very small fee. They're confident that Judge Torres will judge this fairly, and we should get an outcome in the next few months. So roadmap looks like this, guys. Apex, stablecoin, maybe stablecoin regulation, a statement from Judge Torres, conclusive statement, And that will help us get the ball rolling for positive sentiment and have a snowball effect. So let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on the ETF goodness? And any other thoughts? FIT21, is XRP good? Is it a shy coin? Why or why not? I'd love to see your guys' reasoning. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe, hit the like. I'll see you guys in the next Anchor Crypto Show.